Hello and welcome to this video showing you the features of the JoyMonster Unity plugin. Now I'll show you how to implement all of this in your Unity game. One thing to note is that we used to be called AdJoy and now it's called JoyMonster. We have not changed the name in the plugin. The initialization is super simple. You just need to select Window, then AdJoy, and enter your API key. Then, when the game is launched, usually within the first awake method of your game, you just need to call adjoymanager.init. To display the wallet button in your main menu, simply call adjoymanager.showWallet in a button callback, for example. Let's see now how we can add a joy box on top of the game object, which can be any item in our game. In the demo I just showed you, I'm using a cube prefab as the enemy. The first thing we want to do is attach the joy box components to this cube and configure it so that it displays correctly on top of the object. For that, you just have to play with the box position and scale settings in the inspector to move it wherever you want relative to the object. Here in this demo, we've changed the size of the box to be 60% of the size of the enemy and placed it at a Y position of 0.75 on top of it. Of course, you can add the joy box component to any object, even an empty one. Let's do that right now before we go on. I'll create an empty game object, add a small gizmo to it so we can see where it is in the game, then attach the JoyBox component to it, and use the preview attach button to see what the box is going to look like in the scene. I can then change some parameters and preview the game to find the position and scale that I want. Now let's get back to our enemy cube. This cube has a script on it that handles its behavior in the game. Inside the script, simply call adjoyBox attach box on top of it. This method will be called on every enemy that appears on the screen, but only one will receive the adjoyBox on top of it. In fact, JoyMonster works automatically under the hood, querying new prizes from the server, and you simply have to call this attach box method. If a prize is available, it will attach box to the object. If not, nothing will happen. Again, this is governed automatically under the hood. Then when the bullet hits our object, we want to trigger the animation to show that the box was collected. For that, we simply call adjoyBox.collectBox and destroy self. This will trigger the box explosion animation as we saw earlier, and then automatically destroy and clean the joy box from the scene. The last thing to do is to clean up the joy boxes that were not collected during the game. So if the player misses the box, we want to make it available to appear later in the game. For that, we simply call adjoyBox.releaseBox inside of the onDestroy method. And that's it. Under 5 minutes, we've now integrated JoyMonster into our game. Of course, you can customize everything however you want. You could, for example, not call adjoyBox attach box every time a new enemy appears on the screen, but limit that to only one box per game session. Or you could set it to wait a certain amount of time after the box appeared in the game. This has been Ben with JoyMonster. We're so excited to see all the things you'll build with JoyMonster. And if you have any feedback, we'd love to hear from you. It's feedback@joymonster.com. Thanks.